Hello, my friend, chosen one, joyous one, abundant one, virtuous one. Hi, welcome back. We are on top of a mountain here in the clouds. I was hoping they would part, but so far no luck. You just have to build your faith and stay strong and keep going, you know. Sometimes it's like that. So it's time to let go of the past. That's why you're here. You've been called in here to see this video, all right? And stick with it until the end, and I'll really give you some good advice or good guidance on finding your way through grief and through darkness, and understanding the very fundamental that there actually is no dark. You'll come to that realization eventually if you go deep enough within yourself and contemplating reality, finding the deeper truths, the deeper meanings to things. You'll see that there is actually no darkness, all right? And it's a very exciting, very freeing thing to know. And that all feelings, negative or positive, they're all guidance. They're all guiding you. It's your higher self, source, God, is always with you, reaching into you with that higher guidance, with that higher knowing, through your emotions, through how you're feeling. So how are you feeling right now? Tune into yourself, all right? Let's do a quick centering here. Just breathe. Breathe. Feel the air as it goes in through your nostrils. Just let your body relax. Just feel the natural, normal breath as it goes in and as it goes out. And if there is any wandering of the mind, just bring it back to the breath. All right, good. How does that feel? You can keep doing that if you want to, or even when I'm talking, you can just keep meditating. It's really good for you. Eckhart Tolle once said that, you know, there are all these, retreats and weekends and stuff you can go on, and talks and videos you can watch, but the best thing to do is really just to take a few conscious breaths throughout your day, you know, a few times throughout your day. A few conscious breaths. It does miracles. It centers you, it brings you back into your body, and it tells you where you're at and what you need to deal with. Because it stands out obviously when your mind is not taken over so much. So in terms of grief, I want to share what happened to me. Like, my daughter died almost a year ago now, and it was amazing because I am psychic, and she talked to me right away, even before we knew that her body had passed. She already told me that she was passing, she was unconscious, and she told me that I'm going now, Papa, take care of Mama and little brother. And yeah, and then the amazing thing is, like, she taught me actually how to deal with grief in a really powerful way, and especially that kind of shocking grief that happens like when someone dies, or when we're losing something that's really important to us and something we're really attached to, and or when things seem like they're not working out. Like, grief has many faces, you know, and you can call it sadness too, or depression, or whatever. There's a lot of different aspects to grief, right? So, but the thing that she did, actually, she did this as a spirit, okay? Especially, yeah, so while in the process of her dying, and then when her body stopped too, like after that, it was very strong. So she came in, and whenever I would have like a negative thought or something, she would just come in and focus my attention somewhere else. And she would do it over and over and over again. I would just hear her voice inside of my mind, you know, and she would just redirect me. Like, I would feel like I should have done something different, or that you know, I didn't do my due diligence, or I wasn't a good father, or anything like that. And she would just come in right away, be like, no, Dad, this was my choice, this is what I wanted, this is how it was meant to be. And if you're having grief, you know, if you're having sadness or depression or something like this, you can't try to distract yourself in that way, and try to notice your thoughts, okay? Try to break that pattern of negativity that can get so strong. when we just don't pay attention to it, when it's just this kind of unconscious momentum, and we think that it's the circumstances outside of us that's doing it to us, but it's not. It's the thoughts, and it's us believing in the thoughts and listening to them, and that story. And then it manifests, like when you have a lot of that negativity, when you feel bad and you have negative thoughts and you think that way, then you're going to start manifesting it all around you, all right, in different ways. And that's, again, law of attraction doing its thing. It's just showing you, like, this is the vibration you're carrying. And if you want different manifestations, then you have to change how you're thinking and how you're looking at things, Source loves you unconditionally forever and ever. Whatever you do, whatever happens, you are so loved. You are so unconditionally loved. And I hope that one day soon you all get to feel that, because that's one of the most amazing things that you can ever experience. Everything is actually love. Everything is actually light. You are source. You are everything. And it's all here to serve you, you see? And it doesn't always seem like that from that lower kind of desperate, grieving perspective. And that's all right, You're here to explore it, but you are a master, and you came to Earth to master energy work and manifestation and all these things. So Source now is welcoming you to learn about these things and to become a true master, right? To feel like a master. You are a master, but you want to feel like a master, see? Because when you feel like a master, then that's what you're going to manifest. So how do you feel like a master? Well, again, change the story. Distract yourself. The way my daughter distracted me when she died. It's like she really became one with Source. That's how I felt. She became one with Source, and so that just means that I had access to the true version of her. All right? Because everyone who dies, Abraham Hicks has confirmed this as well. Anyone who dies becomes pure positive energy. No one who dies becomes a ghost. No one who dies becomes lost. What psychics and others are tapping into when we're finding people who transitioned or died, they're finding this negativity, the ghost, the negative energies and so forth. It's not the actual person. That's like sort of the thoughts that person had, that person lived with, and all the thoughts that all the people who knew that person had. It's sort of like a, it is sort of like a ghost, but it's not that person. Okay, it's like a. It's something that we can tap into, but it's not the true essence of who they are. It's not where they are right now. They are pure positive energy, anyone who's transitioned. And also, anyone who has had a near-death experience, it's called near-death, okay? It doesn't mean that they actually died. They went to a very sacred, beautiful place, sort of on the way to dying, but not really. I don't believe that they truly died, because as far as I know, you can't. You can't die without actually dying, okay? So in that sense, yes, they can give you a lot of insights and so forth, but don't take that as the actual truth of what happens when you die. So yes, you become pure positive energy, you become one with Source. You are Source now too, It's just you're so sort of unaware about it. You're disconnected from it, and because of that, that's what you manifest, and then doesn't feel that way. And yes, we live in a world that's very unconscious and that doesn't remember this stuff. And we have all these religions and stuff that keeps reinforcing a separation. So for all of you who keep throwing your Bible verses and your Qurans and all this religious stuff in the face of people and saying there is, you are separate from God, that you can't be God. It's like, no. Take a psychedelic and ask yourself, who am I? Come back to me, I'm happy to hear what you're going through, but that's just very superficial way of living, when you're being indoctrinated and told, well, look at that, the clouds are parting here, check it out. As I told you, just have to have faith. Wow, pretty. There's a lake down there as well. See that? Wow. You guys, you're really immature spiritually when you have to hold on to scripture and throw that around. It just means you don't have enough experience, okay? You don't know who you are when you're doing stuff like that. You're being told stuff by someone in a hierarchy, and because they tell you stuff and they say, read this book, what's in this book is the truth. No, it's not. I'm sorry. The truth is here and now. It's what you're experiencing in the moment, okay? And it's how you're feeling. And I'm getting goosebumps right now because that's confirmation. it's so sad, the state of things, like, where humanity is with all this confusion, where we go to war over things, over like just unconscious, not understanding, not knowing what is actually true. You're being guided away from it, you see. When you believe in these texts and stuff, literally, without any compromise, it's just like blind belief. That's not the truth. That's not what Jesus was teaching. The second coming of Jesus is here now. It's happening now. And it's Jesus awakening in you. See? What he actually taught. We are starting to remember, okay? We're starting to come back to the truth of what religion is supposed to be about, But spirituality and the truth, it's so much more profound. It's an experience. Life is an experience. You have to break it down, sort of like a scientist, but with an even more open mind, like a true scientist. What a true scientist should do. Because a lot of scientists, they're just religious. They're just like, they believe in the religion of science. And I'm not talking about Scientology. I'm talking about science. It becomes a religion. And that there's also a hierarchy, and there's also money being funneled here and there for different non-biased or biased interest, for different biased reasons. People have all their agendas, and they're funding science here and science there, and they're calling it science, but it's like, come on. The ultimate science that you have to do on yourself is to figure out who you really are, all right? What this whole life is all about. And there's so much, guys. If you haven't had those experiences, if you haven't gone in deep meditation, in a deep psychedelic retreat, you really don't know. If you haven't had that experience, however it comes to you, but it has to be an experience, okay? It's not something you read about. It's not something you just believe. Belief is important, yes, but what is belief? What is faith? Faith is from your own experience, okay? When you want something, say you want to manifest something, and you don't have it, okay, it's not manifested, and you go through a process and then it manifests, then okay, that's how it works. You're building faith. So when you don't know yourself as God, and then you try different tools, there are many tools you can use, whatever suits you, whatever you feel called to. Like, for my favorite is psychedelics. I keep talking about it, but it's because it's such a powerful tool. And nothing else that I've tried really compares to it. That's why I keep mentioning it. So, but whatever tool you want to use. So once you know that you are God, no one can distract you with their hierarchies or their books or their fancy clothes or their whatever it is. You know the truth, and you're here to enjoy yourself. You're here to really just have fun. Like, life became such a chore for most of us, because that's what we were indoctrinated with when we grew up. We lost our innocence. We lost that inner child, the joy. And now it's time to remember. It's time to get it back. And yeah, the forgetting is part of it. Why did we choose to mass forget who we really are? Well, it's because we want to remember it. We want to go really in the dark, to have that contrast, to leap us that much further into the light. Who can know what's coming now? There are a lot of amazing people who are talking about the future, and no one really knows. There's a lot of surprises coming, that's for sure. And the greatest surprise of them all is you. It's what you're going to turn into in your life. However old or young you are, whatever you're going through, doesn't matter. Whatever you're going to turn into. And you're eternal, so you're always going to keep turning into something. It's always going to keep changing. And you're never done. You can never get it done, and you can never get it right, because you're eternal. So there is no perfection, because something perfect, that would be not eternal, and you're eternal. So yes. So it goes deep, guys. Grief, sadness, depression, all this stuff, it goes deep because it's trying to awaken you. It's trying to shake you alive. It's trying to show you, look, there's something else going on. You're so attached to these people, to these places, to these things, but there's something else going on, and it's time that you awaken. And so long as you resist this, you're going to suffer. until one day you say, okay, fine, I had enough. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender to how I'm feeling. I'm surrendered to how I'm doing. I'm surrendering to where I am right now. Everything is fine. It's all right. All right. Everything is right. There is no wrong. See? There is no darkness. Everything is light. Because why? Because it's it's basically just contrast. It's just showing you, it's highlighting to you what it is that you want, who it is that you are, and all these things. So, wow, it's getting really pretty. Had a feeling the clouds would part. So, try to enjoy the ride, that's what I'm saying. Relax yourself. You are doing so very well. You are coming out of a deep trance, a deep darkness, and it's finally your eyes can see. Coming out of the clouds, literally, right now. Seeing the truth. Feeling yourself. See? I'm not here to lead you astray. I'm here to show you the truth that I have experienced, so that you can experience your truth for yourself. You are me and I am you. We're all one being. And there's nothing to worry about, there's nothing to be afraid about. All is well. There is not any hell. The only hell is forgetting who you are. And the only reason why hell is here is to teach you who you are and remind you and guide you back. You see? You're not supposed to feel depressed. You're not supposed to feel terrible. That's you resisting the love. That's you holding back on yourself. So when will you learn? When will you surrender? When will you truly let go? All right? That's the question. And follow your path of least resistance, which is your path of most allowing. Yes? It's not so hard, really. It's what excites you. It's what calls you. And if you're really in a low place, then finding relief is more than enough. Finding relief, finding something to, feel relaxed about, feel okay about, feel contentment, or find some hopefulness. It's all good. It's all good. You're doing so well. You're here. You're in this very high frequency of this amazing mountain, this ski resort, but it's beautiful. The mountains are calling you to treat them as temples, to revere them, to come to them, to seek guidance with them, counsel, and to hike. Hiking is so good for you. It's so good for your spirit. See? And we're here to enjoy. We're here to thrive. And nature is the purest energy we have on earth. It's the purest ally we have. It's just nature, and it's everywhere. So convenient. Someone must have thought of that, right? By design. You did, see? You, as your highest self. You planned it all out for this amazing life experience. And things keep evolving and changing as you change, see? You are literally the center of the universe, of your universe, right? Because you're God and you're creating your experience from a higher level and from a lower level. And when you don't become a cooperative component, it hurts. It sucks. But it only sucks so that it can help you to find a way that it won't suck, okay? That it will be amazing, that it will be thrilling, that you can be the hero in your life's journey that you're supposed to be. See, we're all supposed to be heroes in our own way. We are literally on the hero's journey. We are looking for the answers, all right? So it's time to stop distracting yourself, to take yourself more seriously, to take the way you feel, especially, very seriously. You're supposed to feel good. You're supposed to feel amazing, actually. You're supposed to lead the way for yourself and for others. Show the way by your own embracing of truth, of joy, of love. See? And you can do it. You are a master. You're here because you're a master. You would not be born on earth if you weren't a master. You're not allowed. It's not any kind of kindergarten, this. It's serious. It has very real consequences. All your decisions, all your actions do, but don't be hard on yourself. Because we always do the best that we can. And a big part of grief is, beating down on ourselves. and having big regrets. And the regrets are your fallacy, okay? Regrets they're not really a real thing if you think about it. Because what are regrets? You're regretting something you did in the past. But in the past, what were you doing? You were doing the best you could with the information you had at that time, in the situation you were. You took the decisions, you took the actions that you thought would lead to the most happiness, even if it doesn't seem like that. You know, sometimes it seems like what I did was like mean or evil or whatever, but no. Really look at it and think it through from what you've been through in your life, how you were brought up, what you lived through, what you really knew, what you believed in. You were doing your best, all right? We all are doing our best. All the time, see? Even when we feel lazy, even when we feel depressed, even when we're mean to people, we are doing our best. Why are we mean to people? Why are we pushing them away? Why are we taking an advantage? Because we are feeling desperate, all right? We're trying somehow to find a way through. And we know intuitively that there is a way through because there is, okay? It's built in to your life. There's never a final boat. There's always more boats leaving the harbor, okay? There's always another ship. There's always another train. There's always another plane to catch, all right? You are eternal, and you designed it this way, okay? You designed it that way, so you're meant to find your way. So I hope that this message finds you where you are, and that you can take it in, all right, in good stride, and for what it is, for what it's worth, all right? I'm here to support you on your path. I love doing this work, as you can see. This is my alignment. That's why it's getting just easier and easier for me to make these videos, is because I'm getting more and more there, feeling my way more and more there, and finding my way to work it, you know. The vibration, the frequency, you have to like work your own vibration, your frequency over and over and over again, and learn to master that, because I also fall out of alignment. Even if I have shifted myself and I'm on a completely different place now than I've ever been, I still fall out, you know. It's natural, it's normal. That's why we're here. We're here to dissect and fine-tune ourselves. Dissect the darkness and get all the little glimmers of gold, or all the faint starlight in the sky, you know. We're supposed to absorb it all and let it build momentum, build us into this incredible thing where really we're so solid on our path, and you know, we open up this vortex. Literally each of us has its own vortex of attraction, of beautiful things that you want, and those things, they kind of percolate in that vortex, and they do things to each other. Those things that you want, they grow and they evolve with you in this vortex, and then until they're ready for you, or you're ready for them to manifest. And then they come out and you see, wow, holy moly, I never knew that life could be like this. You know, 10 years ago, if I knew where I've been right now, like, I would not believe it. This is so incredible on so many levels. The level of freedom, the level of wisdom and experience and ability, it's just mind-blowing. And this is what's happening to you as well. So take a break. Love yourself more. Be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. You are a master in training, see? Earth is the master class of energy manipulation and manifestation and love. Yes. Love is actually one of the most important things. To cultivate your heart, to be in love, to give, and to include yourself, okay? Because we're all God, we're all one and the same. So you always have to include yourself in the love. If you forget yourself, you know, you're not doing your job. You should always include yourself in the love that you give, all right? So you have to consider yourself. You have to always care about how you're feeling, right? We're coming back to that. Because feeling is really your frequency. That's the essential point of attraction that you have within. Oh, this is so fun. This is so marvelous. I love talking about these things, and I love how it's getting through. I'm so happy to see all these new subscribers. Welcome to the tribe, everybody. And it's really fun to read your comments and to feel what it's doing for you, and to get all this confirmation back. It's like huge for me. I really appreciate it. It's really fun, and it really keeps me going too. It makes me want to make more and more videos and stay true and keep going, you know, keep going strong. And my faith too, it keeps increasing. My faith is very strong, but there's still things to work on, right? So like it keeps getting stronger. And for me, this might be one of the biggest, you know, manifestations of my life, to be able to do this kind of work for a living and to support my family and to be able to travel and to help people and to share the things that I've really been so passionate about for a long time and that I've really worked hard on to gain and to know and to be able to hold that kind of frequency. So my greatest pleasure to be here, guys, and I really appreciate all of you. So if any of you would like to have video sessions with me, there are slots available, and I will keep it to a limited number, so whoever feels called, reach out, and I'll judge who most will benefit from my guidance, and those I work with first. And otherwise you'll be put on a wait list, but don't worry about it. I'll get through to all of you eventually. So just reach out. There's an email on the About page for that. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and thank you so much for hanging on till the end here. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a great day.